Okay, we're back, and I'm going to look at assignment 4 now. So let me share my screen. All right. So assignment 4. I hope the people that were online before know to call back in. If we look at assignments here, let's go back to assignments. Some people are joining us again. Let's look at this assignment. Okay, does anybody have any specific questions, or should I just go over and start from the beginning? Okay, I'll start, and if anybody's got any specific questions, they can let me know. So I'm going to go to, so I'm going to make a directory called assignment 4. You go to File Manager, and go to Public HTML, create a new folder called Assignment 4. Okay. And let me go into Assignment 3 because I've got something in there. I'm just going to grab one of these things. Let me look at it. Let me view this thing. Edit. So here is a PHP program. So I'm going to copy this PHP program here. Copy, and I'm going to close this, and I'm going to go back up, go into assignment 4, and I'm going to create a new file called SQLCOMMANDS.php. SQLCOMMANDS.php. And so now I'm going to go in here, and I'm just going to paste this to start with. Okay, I got something in here now. And I'm going to make this database be database 4. And this can just be, instead of using this, as we now know, we can put localhost and put just our regular username, R1CHARDH, which is mine, this thing. I guess it should be quotes. And then whatever your password is, you know, like HR blah, 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 you know. And then, you know, whatever your password is, you can just do that if you want to. And then you don't need to have another file that has that information in it. You see, let me just do this. I'm just going to copy this. Copy this, and I'll go like this. All right. So you can have this where this is just hard-coded in instead of this, and this is just hard-coded in instead of this, and this is just hard-coded in instead of this, or you can have these variables. These are variables. Variables. You can tell in PHP, variables start with a $sign. They're actually defined in this include file. Okay, it's an include file. You know, in Java, there's include files, right? This is an include file. It's another file. It's just another PHP. It's got some assignment statements. It assigns this to something, this to something, and this to something. And the reason I do that, the reason I do this up here, is because when I'm making these videos oftentimes, lately I've been putting them on YouTube and for the world to see, and I don't want the world to see my username and my password because that's how the machine gets hacked. So what I do is I put the username and password inside a file here, and then when I show you on the screen, I just show you that, and you can't see what's in there, so the rest of the world can't see. And then every now and then I'll show you, I'll show you what the username and password is, but then I'll go in later and change it so the rest of the world, can't know it. But it's especially bad for the rest of the world to see this, because that's how you get into my cPanel. And once you get into cPanel, you can get into anything, right? So, so for these videos, I do not do that, but you can. Okay. Okay. What I do is I define these variables here inside this. Now, I actually have to go and connect this username here. Whatever that username was something I created for assignment 3. I gotta go make sure that user also connects to assignment 4. So I need to go into here, and you notice assignment 3 has got this user there, not assignment 4, and I got to go connect that user. I got to go connect user to my assignment 4 database. That's what I'm doing here. Add, and I'm going to give myself all the privileges and make sure I click make changes, and now the changes are made, and now Richard H. user can access assignment 4. All right, so so I've created this. So I got this file here, and now this connects me up to the database. And I'm gonna. What is this thing supposed to do? We'll take a table name, a field list, and values, and execute an insert statement. So we want to have. Let's do that one first. See, I'm going to have a function equals, and it's going to you get the function in by using this little array here, function. So there'll be a variable called function that comes in, and that's going to say, it's either going to say insert or delete or whatever. And then there's going to be a I don't know. I'm just going to do arg1 arg1 as arg1 and 2, 3. Okay, 2 and 3. 2 and 3. 2 and 3. Okay, and I will see down here, enter. Okay, so let me just do I'll do a table. I'll say select. Wait a minute. What am I doing? Insert. I'm doing an insert. Sorry. Insert into a table name input. Put arg name equals arg1. Okay, and I'll just use the defaults, and you'll see that it'll be a text box and everything. So let's just use the defaults. Insert into a table. Actually, I can do this. I can do placeholder equals table name, and then insert into table, and then you put in the actual list of variable names, field names. So that's going to be input. Yeah, input name equals arg2. I'll use arg2 for that. And I'll put a placeholder there, equals field names. And then I'll close the parentheses, and then values, open parentheses, and then another input name equals arg3, placeholder equals values to insert, values, whatever. And then close the parentheses. And then here I'll have a submit here. Why not? Input type equals submit. Type equals submit. And I'll have the value say execute. And oh, I have to have a function in there. Oh, form is this, and then let me just, I'm going to close the table off. That form, and then end form, and there's got to be a hidden field. Input type equals hidden. Name equals function. Value equals insert. Okay, let's just see what this looks like. Save changes and go to see my Richard this. And now I'm having assignment 4 and SQL commands, and it looks like this. Okay, insert table name, and then I put the field names in there, and then the values, and then you click on this, and it executes, and I got to fix this. Okay, so let's go back to here, and it's not going to say, oh, it's not going to say enter new place. Execute an SQL statement. Execute SQL statement. Okay, so this thing comes in, it's got function equals insert. So this thing comes in, and I'll say right here, if function equals insert, then SQL can be something like SQL insert into arg1, because that's a table, right? And then I need to put the field names, and that's arg2. Values arg3. Okay, so that's the insert statement, and this executes the insert statement, and I don't need to fetch anything back. There's not really anything that comes back. So I'm just going to do this. And maybe I'll say something like echo echo SQL executed. Okay. See what that does. All right. And we are doing, okay, so there, I save the changes. And what I'm going to do over here in this table in assignment 4, oops, I'm going to put a test table. I'm going to put a test table. Test table with 4 columns. I'll just have this be an auto increment primary key. And I didn't name it, did I? The name is going to be IDX for index. And this is going to be field, I don't know, I should make this reasonable. Let's say it's the suppliers table. So I'm going to name it test S. There was a SNO and varchar 5, and there was a sname varchar 25, and there was a some sort of status, wasn't there? Oh, that was an integer, and there was city varchar 25, and this was a primary key, but not auto increment. Okay, so there is a test S, test underscore S. Okay, and I'm going to say save. Is that what I say? Go. Go. Save. Okay, so now I have a table called test S. It doesn't have anything in it. What? Did I miss any fields? No, I did not. Okay. So I have a test S table there. Now I can go here. Let me refresh this. It says execute SQL statement, and I'm going to say insert into test S. Field names, you got to put the field names, SNO, comma, sname, comma, status, comma, city, and the values are S1, comma, Smith, I don't know what the names are, Smith, status of 30, and the city is Honolulu. Okay, how's that? Go, execute. Insert, executed. Let's see if it's in there. Click on here and look at that. There it is, right there. Okay, so that works. Is there a way to do SQL rows affected or something? My SQL rows affected. MySQL affected rows. Okay, let me try to put that in there. Okay, so I said that, and I think I can go something like A equals MySQL affected rows, and I'm not sure what the parameter is. Oh, not even a parameter. All right, I won't put a parameter then. I'll just do that. A rows affected, whatever. Save changes. All right, so now I'm going to try it again. Test S, SNO, sname, status, city, S2, Jones, 40 Lihui. Okay, execute. 1 rows affected. Okay, now I'm going to try this. Sneaky. Put that there. Put that there. Put this here. It should not work, right? Because of -1 rows affected. Let's see, if we go back over here, hit refresh, we see there's a 2 in there, and the other one only got other ones. Okay, so that is for, okay, so yeah, I'm making some progress here. So we can do delete. So it just takes the where and drop, and oh, and then move. Oh, that's right. This was done in a quiz 23. So you're supposed to make it do that too. Right, I know, I see why. Okay. Okay, so just go back to here and go back to here. And so this is this does insert, and I can just put a HR here. It puts a line there. And this can be for delete HR, and it can be another one for whatever the other one is. All right, so the second one was delete and drop. Okay, so delete from that where that. Where. Delete from table name where that. Okay. And then we want to have the function be delete. And then the third one is drop. And drop, you're just dropping the whole table, I'm sure. Drop a table. So you just put drop table name. Right. On submit equals alert. No. Return confirm are you sure you want to delete this table? Question mark. Close paren. Oh, no. Okay. Excuse me. I'm going to put that in every one because I want to be able to test it on something else and not. Let me test it on all of these. Let me put this. Now let me put it on this one. This is delete. We should have it on delete also. Are you sure you want to delete this? These records. Okay, and then we got to put this up here. If function equals insert, do that. Else, copy. Else, paste. Else, paste. So this one can be drop, and this is going to be drop arg1. Drop And we'll see what happens when what this says. This will be not delete. So delete from arg1. Where arg2. Well, what happened to all the rest of my stuff? It deleted. Oh boy. Okay. So if it's insert, it does this. Otherwise, if it's delete, it does that. Otherwise, if it's drop, it does that. Okay, let's save this. And let's go to here. And refresh this. No, I don't want to refresh it because it'll execute this thing again. So I got to put a let me put right at the top. I'm going to put refresh, and I'm going to do a href equals question mark php echo. Copy that from someplace else. And what I'm going to echo is this. Okay, so that'll give me a nice link at the top. Right here, but I still have to. There is a bug. So let's go here and let's refresh this reload. And there's an error log, and let's see what the error log says. It says parse error else on line 35. Line 35. It doesn't like this because there's a missing this. It just deletes right in front of my nose. Okay. Save changes and go back to here. And now let me just try this again. There we go. So I got these three things here. I can hit refresh now and that starts over again. All right. So let me try to delete from. Let me just see when I press this what happens. Okay, it does. Are you sure you want to delete these records? Cancel. Okay, it stops. Okay, so test S, delete where SNO equals S2. Execute. Yes, I do. One row affected. Refresh. Oh, I gotta move that. Great. Okay, so let me move that. Let me just So anyway, yeah, that works. Let's see, save changes. Let me do something like let's see. What time is it? Oh, this class goes till. Oh, this class is over. It's 2:45 is over. Okay. All right. Anyway, so I will. Anyway, I'm screwing up here. Okay, so I'll see you next time.